Welcome, guys and girls, to another episode of Astro Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. We have a 2000 Mercedes-Benz compressor C230. Customer's complaint is the vehicle does not start. It cranks, turns over, but does not start. Customer bought a brand new battery from Walmart. We just installed it. We're about to get up in here and turn the key and see what we got. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
Alright, as you know, the battery is located in the back of these cars. And as you can see, it's the compressor, the C230. And we just put a battery in here, brand new battery. And what we're going to do is go over here and let's get in here and see what we got.
It won't show. That thing went down.
Huh. Guys, you know, let me try that one more time because it sounded like I had no compression. Let me.
Oh, thank you,
All right, let's stop right there. Let's take the key out. All right, and what we're gonna do, because the way it sounded like I had like very low compression. So right off the top. Now, look, you know, better yet, what we're gonna do here? Well, I don't know why this thing is misfocusing out, but I got the customer here with me, and when I come back, the customer's gonna let us know exactly what happened to the car. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys and girls, we got Victor. Victor's the owner of this car, and all right, Victor, explain to us what happened.
I was going out one day and I started see smoking coming out.
Smoking from under here?
Coming from that area.
Okay.
And the guy says, I need water. I forgot myself. Mercedes don't use water, so.
Yeah, a lot of cars don't use water.
By the time I went to go get the radiator, the antifreeze, special antifreeze, the guy put the water in there and he was trying to help me, so I couldn't get upset that much. So I towed it home.
So it wouldn't, even though he put water in it, it wouldn't start then?
It wouldn't start. So I called my cousin, my younger cousin in Maryland. He was a master chief mechanical engineer for Montgomery County in Maryland.
Okay.
He says, Victor, you have to drain the water from outside, under the car. Then you put the antifreeze. That's what happened. So from then it never starts again.
Okay, before it started smoking, did the temperature gauge go up?
Nope.
It didn't?
I might not pay attention because I just drove it, okay? Because the car parks every time, I don't use them. You know, we got several cars, so I don't use them that much.
Okay. All right, guys, girls, there you have. You heard it. You heard the complaint, and you heard the vehicle start up. A lot of smoke. That's showing me that it did lose its antifreeze. And as Victor was pointing to, he was pointing over to the expansion tank. And let me show you something over here. Now, we noticed that he said it was smoking right in this area.
Come in here
so it
somewhere.
was definitely. Now this is the expansion tank.
And that's why I put the guy put the water.
All right, guys, goes
not from there.
Right from here. What we're gonna do first here, because I didn't like the way this sounded. All right, guys, what we're gonna do? First thing we're gonna pull off this cover so we can get to the coils and the spark plugs. Because what we need to do first is verify compression on this engine. All right, so when we come back, I'm gonna get the tools and we're gonna pop this off. We're gonna do that. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now, to remove this cover, we have 3 screws right here, and there are 5. What you want to do is get you, let's see, make sure, a 5mm hex bit socket, 1/4" drive, and you get your 1/4" drive ratchet. Now on the first 2, I'm going to use a 6" extension. Makes it easier for me to get to. But on the third one, we're going to have to take out the extension Because see, it's under this lip. Okay. Now I'm going to take the extension off and go in there. You notice I had to take the ratchet off because it started hitting up against the top. Now I'm going to just turn it by hand. And there we go. Okay. Move this one a little bit more. Alright, now we're going to put this to the side. The next thing we're going to do is remove the coils and the plugs. And what's a good idea is we want to get you a marker, and we're going to mark these so we can put them exactly back where they were. Alright, we'll be right back.
I am
You can talk, you can speak. Alright guys, first we're going to do is make sure you get you a little marker. So you don't confuse everything when you put it back together. So you take the marker and you start from the front of the engine, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. All right. And you see how this is going. We're going to pull all this up as one big assembly. And what we're going to do here is first you twist the plugs, the coil to the coils, unplug them, and that's all. It's very easy. Just twist them and pull them back. All right, there you go. Got that. Next, what we got here is reversible Torx bolts. You know what? Matter of fact, let's just take these and unhook the 2 coils, just like that. And what we got here is reversible Torx. And let's see what size we got here. First one I grabbed too. Alright, and what we have here is a B8 reverse Torx. Alright, and what we're going to do is, and this one's kind of up under there, so let's get us a 3/8 drive ratchet. This is a 3/8 drive. You can probably get one with a 1/4 inch. Got my 3/8 drive ratchet. Got my reversible Torx. I notice over here my wires are in the way, so I'm going to just move the wire out of the way. 2 of them on each coil. So I just loosen them all up. And then what you're going to do is go ahead and we're going to take all 4 of those screws out. All right, once we take them out, we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Got all the bolts out. Now, these pliers, you want to get yourself a set of pliers like these. These are ignition wire pliers. And what they do is they will go in here like that. And then you twist the boot and you just get it till you pull it right out. And this one actually broke. These things, I hate these things. Let's try to get in there and get a better grip at this. Nope, it ain't gonna happen. Alright, let's try this one over here by hand. Man, these are not gonna... Okay, you know what? Let's get the coils out of the way first. Let's twist these a little bit and pop these out. Okay, let's get the number 4. Wow, these things are... There we go. Alright, and we can put these back into the cylinder. We're gonna have to do something to that. Guess we're gonna have to replace that one. But right now, let's get something to pull that out of there though. And this one over here. So you know what I'm gonna try? Let's try a pair of hose pliers. Maybe the hose pliers. Let's see, wait a minute. I'm twisting this a little bit. Got that one up. Alright. Let's see if I can. Let's get these coils. So I'm gonna set these coils down. We're gonna come back and try to get that other wire out of there. Right back. Alright, here we go. Let's see if I can twist this out. No, that ain't gonna work. Good thing is just the top half. And being that these things are plastic, and these things are gonna. Alright. Let's get some needle nose and try to get that off. And at the same time, we got number one out. We're gonna be getting these spark plugs out. So we'll be right back. Alright. Got a pair of hose pliers here. And we're gonna try to grab the stem of this thing. Got it. Alright. Let's take the whole assembly up and put it to the side. Now, what we're going to do now is remove the 4 spark plugs. In order to do a compression test, you got to remove the 4 spark plugs or you can get 4 false readings. And as you can see, the spark plugs are down there. And we got 4. And those spark plugs are 5/8 or 16 millimeter. So let's get us a 5/8 or 16 millimeter socket with an extension and a 3/8 drive. And this is a good point if you're changing the spark plugs on it. This would be a good video for that right now. So let's get that and pull those out. We'll be right back. Okay, what we got? Now I'm using a 16 millimeter socket, deep socket, with a 12-inch extension, 3/8 drive, and a 3/8 drive ratchet. And what I'm gonna do is go down here. Now sometimes you can get the best way to do this is get a spark plug socket. Plus, it got a little boot in there, which will take the plug right up. I'm gonna show you a way of doing that if you don't have it. And you want to loosen that all the way up, so you know it's all the way out of the cylinder head.
Come on. No,
okay, got all the plugs loose. Now I'm gonna show you a little trick. Get yourself a little magnet if you don't have the spark plug socket with the boot on it, or you can use a 3/8 hose and hook it onto the spark plug. But I'm gonna use a magnet here. We're gonna take our magnet. Now what also we want to do is we want to make sure we keep a track of where these spark plugs come out at. I want to see how they look. This can give us an idea of what's going on inside the engine. Alright, here's one. And if you see that, that is soaked and wet. And that smells like water. That is not good. And there's number one. So we know number one cylinder has water in it. Let's put this to the side. And go for number 2.
I think maybe that's the water that I put. Your mother is back.
Okay. Number 2. Soaking wet.
No, it's
Now that one smells like I straight antifreeze on that one. That is not a good sign. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to take our marker and I'm just going to put two little dots on it so I know that's number 2. And I'm going to do that to number 1.
This guy is powerful, but it's only 4 cylinder.
Number 3 is, that's soaking wet too. And this one smells more of a mixture of gas and antifreeze. Of course we're going to get gas because the injectors would definitely spring in there from cranking it over. But that is soaked also. That's number 3. And number 4. Number 4 is not as wet as the others, but definitely. No, number 4 smells more of gas though. Definitely more of gas. All right, so 1 and 2 cylinders are definitely got a lot of antifreeze on it. Number 3 seems like it goes away as it goes down in cylinders. Let's get us a compression test and find out what the compression is on this engine. Right back. All right, guys, here we are. We're going to do a compression test. The compression test is going to tell me the condition of, it can tell me a bad valve, bent valve, blown head gasket, and that's what I'm really concerned about right now is a blown head gasket, possible cracked head. Now on the compression gauge, what you got this tool right here, and this part screws down where the spark plug goes to and seals it up. Then we got our gauge. And you notice my gauge is kind of off, it's reading 30. So at minimum it's going to be 30. This engine, the compressor should have average about 180 psi minimum. I mean at minimum 130, 140. That's at minimum. It's a high compression engine. So what we do here is the first thing we do is we want to make sure we don't get no gas going down into the cylinders. So what I'm going to do is go over here and we're going to disconnect the injectors. And these are kind of like difficult to unplug. You know what? It's only going to be a second, so we're going to do this like that. Let's go off on cylinder number 1 first. We're going to screw our tool down in there. Make sure it's nice and tight. The gauge hooks up just like an air gauge. You pull back the lever. And then what we're going to do, we're going to crank it. Get this thing out of the way. And let's make sure we got a good reading up here. So yeah, we can see it. Now, what you want to do is when I crank this, I am going to put my foot all the way on the gas pedal. I want as much air coming into the engine as possible because that's going to give me the best compression reading. And being that this is once I hit the key one time, it's going to crank by itself. All right, so let's try that out. And I'll let you, as I crank it, you're going to be watching it. Okay, here we go. Oh, thank you. Okay, it didn't move. So we know cylinder 1 is pretty much messed up. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we got a little valve right here. We press that valve in to release the pressure. If there was compression in the engine, we're going to unscrew it, and let's go to number 2. Let's try that out. Okay, that's 2 cylinders down. Let's go to number 3. Okay, we got 3 cylinders down right now. So what we need now, let's go out and check out our final cylinder, number 4. But already, there's no question about it, this cylinder head is going to be coming off this car. Alright, let's check out number 4. Zero. Okay, we got no compression on either cylinder. We definitely got a blown head gasket, possible cracked head. Now you're not going to know whether the head is cracked. No mechanic is going to know until the head is cracked, until they actually pull the job apart. So guys and girls, I'll be right back. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the spark plugs back in, put everything back together, and we'll be right back. Alright guys and girls, there you have it. We did a compression test, and the compression test showed 0. So we're getting a price now on doing the head gasket, doing the head if possible. And right now that cylinder head light is having a problem. But any questions, be sure to put them in the comment below. Or email me at tim@astralautorepairs.com. I'm Tim, and this is Victor. Victor might be our new worker. Victor gonna be working with us.
He's a good guy.
This is Timmy from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can repair it, nobody can. Take it easy.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.